Welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN, and today we are doing the full moon in Aquarius reading for mutable signs. So the mutable signs are Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So let's start with Pisces first. Pisces. Still using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot deck here. Ooh. The sun and moon are in opposition to each other. So, like I said on Twitter and in my previous video, that, a lot of things in regards to the ego, that is Pepper's bell. I'm sorry. A lot of things in regards to the ego will be popping up. A lot of things in regards to community, freedom, right, revolution, things of that nature are definitely going to be popping up. So, let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does this full moon have to show you? What is this full moon illuminating for you? Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is this full moon in Aquarius illuminating for you? That's really good. I like this. And what action can you take in regards to what is being shown to you? Let's see. What actions can you take in regards to what is being shown during this full moon in Aquarius, Pisces? Okay. We got two cards that flew out here. So let's see. Okay, so the first card here that came out was the Eight of Swords in reverse. And this is great because I know for me, I am a Pisces rising and Venus. And sometimes, we get so caught up in fantasies that when we look at our realities, we get really sad. And we get upset that what we're fantasizing about isn't happening in real time. And that makes us feel stuck, right? And it makes us feel trapped by our circumstances and that all we'll ever live is a fantasy and all that stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you that with this Eight of Swords in reverse, you are recognizing this full moon is showing you that there is still so much here in reality that is for you, that can bring you joy. And when you are present, you don't have time to focus on what could be or what your ideal or dream or fantasy is, because you're here and you're engaging with the present and you're engaging with reality. And that's not to say not to dream and not to fantasize and not to use your imagination. What I am saying is not to get stuck there, right? Because it can be very easy to get stuck there, especially if you're dealing with emotions that don't feel as great, or you're in situations that don't feel as great, and you're looking to escape and get away from that feeling, right? The Eight of Swords in reverse is here to show you that the present can be just as rewarding, that where you are right now is where you're supposed to be, and that, you know, when you clear space for yourself, when you stop ruminating on your fantasies and you remain present, that brings in the abundance and the prosperity and the fantasy. It brings it to life, right? And that's exactly what this Knight of Pentacles is here as to say, as far as the action to take, right? You have to be patient for things to grow. The things that you are setting in motion take time to build, they take time to cultivate. So keep tending to them, keep cultivating them, and don't get stuck with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. Don't get stuck about what you don't have, or what you wish you had, or looking at other people and like, oh, that looks cool, I wish I had that, or comparing your journey to someone else's journey, because you don't know what it takes to get to where they're at, just like they don't know where it takes for you to be where you are. So don't make that a personal thing. Don't embrace or embody that type of energy of comparison, because you're just going to keep yourself stuck. And that's why this wheel is in reverse, right? You don't want to be in your own way and be in the way of the wheel not turning, right? This is Jupiter energy too, so you might have Sag placements, but Jupiter is also Pisces ruler in traditional astrology. So, you know, Jupiter being in retrograde right now in Pisces, and Neptune, your other ruler, is also in retrograde in Pisces. So you're seeing things clearer, right? The veil is being lifted. You're taking off your rosy colored glasses, if you had those on, and you are refocusing on yourself if you've been looking everywhere else besides here, right? So remember that and keep that in mind, Pisces. Yep, because at the bottom of the deck, then we have the Knight of Swords. So when you're able to do this for yourself, then you'll see how fast things can move, and that, you know, you were the one that was in your own way in regards to putting things in motion for real and not just fantasizing about it. And also, by comparing yourself to others, you then create doubt within yourself. So, you know, when you are able to release that and embody this Eight of Swords in reverse energy, and know that you are not bound by your circumstances, and that you do have the power to shift and change that, first with your thought and then with your action, the wheel will turn for you. Okay? So now, my good old crystal medicine oracle deck, we're going to get a little advice. For Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding this spread. Is there any advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding this spread? I'm going to leave that there. Let's see. And I'll take that one too. That was easy. All right. So the first one here we have is creativity. Fire is the totem. The crystal is Bixby, and the number here is 7. So again, that abstract, you know, your fantasy, your imagination, your creativity, your intuition, those abstract kind of concepts that are not yet tangible, you are understanding how these things affect the tangible, the physical, the actual work. You are coming into that wisdom where you see, like, okay, if I think about things in this way, if I tell myself this, if I tell myself that, then it's going to come to life in this way through my actions and what I choose to engage in, right? So consider how to put that into your creativity. Consider how to transmute, right? Be better at doing that for yourself and not for everyone else, because you can do that for everyone else, but it's very hard sometimes for you to do that for yourself. So bring it back to self and do that for yourself. Indulge in your creativity, indulge in your passions for real, and understand that it takes time, right? Because right after that we have self-mastery. And the totem here is the spider. The crystal is topaz, and the number is 27, which breaks down to 9, right? So bringing, again, 9 is the number of independence and, being able to stand on your own. So again, bringing it back to yourself. This is what will help you move forward and not be so caught up in the whatever anyone else is doing, or caught up in the comparison of your journey to somebody else's journey. Sorry about that, right? There are things that you want for yourself. There are things that you would like to achieve, and that requires self-mastery. That requires understanding why you want these things, where your intentions lie, and how you are going to put those plans and ideas into action, right? And that requires you to be here with yourself. That requires you to tap in and know what is yours and what is not yours. Okay, Pisces? All right. Next, we are going to... What do I want to do next? We'll do Gemini next. So Gemini, we are in Leo season after a pretty emotional Cancer season. Everybody is ready to, start feeling themselves again. Everybody is ready to do the things that they love, engage in their leisures and luxuries, be and connect with people, with friends, your relationships, all of that, which is totally your thing, right? Connecting with people, sharing ideas, tapping into those, that childlike energy, right? Because Leo also rules the 5th house, which is the house of children. It's also the house of creativity and passion, casual love flings, okay? So let's see what's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, with this moon in Aquarius. What is this full moon in Aquarius illuminating for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What is this full moon in Aquarius illuminating for Gemini? Okay. And what actions can you take in regards to what is being shown to you? You guys make my head spin all the time. I feel a little dizziness. Here again. Let's see. What actions can you take in regards to what is being illuminated for you? Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. Okay, so you are in a place, Gemini, with this 5 of Pentacles in reverse, where you are not feeling like you are lacking or without, right? The 5 of Pentacles, when it comes up upright, this is feeling abandoned. This is feeling left out in the cold, like you're without, like you don't have, especially physical, tangible things. The things that you need, right, to build and to continue stabilizing yourself. You are coming out of that feeling, which is great because, first of all, it's not true. You aren't without. And you very much have the ability to put things together, right? Like I said, Cancer season probably had you in a place that was a bit uncomfortable because it was emotional. It made you have to address certain things within yourself, lack or scarcity being one of those things. And so now you are seeing that you are not lacking, and that you aren't abandoned, and especially don't abandon yourself, right? You have community, you have people that care about you. So reach out to those people when you do need help. And when you are having some difficulty processing, you know, because it's one thing to depend on somebody to do the work for you. It's another thing to be honest and be like, I'm experiencing this right now, and this is what's happening for me, and I'm going to take my time that I need to do what I have to do to work through that, right? You can still share with people and be like, hey, I'm going through this, and even ask for help, right? But at the end of the day, it's you first. So you are at this place now with the Aquarius full moon showing you that you are not without, that you've had community, that you have what you do need to create the reality for that you see for yourself. You know, collaborating with spirit and your spirit team, like bringing those things together for yourself. You've always had the tools, right? So remember that moving forward through the year, through your endeavors, that the tools are there. Sometimes you have to ask, so don't be afraid to ask, right? And the reason why my head was spinning was, you know, with the Page of Wands in reverse here, you might be like maybe trying to like grab for inspiration in certain places. You might be having some difficulty, you know, feeling connected with what it is that you want to do, or even feeling faithful in your capabilities and what it is that you would like to do, the passions that you have, the things that you want to create, right? Because I feel like you were in this space where, again, you felt like you were without, or that, you know, you were lacking something. So it was taking a toll on your confidence. It was taking a toll on your faith in yourself and the things that you believe you can do. So if you still feel like you're in this space where you're not really where you're having this uncertainty, or, you know, you're struggling with confidence or trying to find inspiration, it's okay. You know, allow that to pass. Don't try to force anything, right? That's the other thing we have to remember with Leo season and with the moon in Aquarius. Those are opposite signs, so, you know, things with the ego are going to come up. There can be conflicts. So just be aware of those things. Okay? Be aware of how be aware of not being too dogmatic about something, right? Being immovable. Granted, you're a mutable sign, so that's not really an issue per se, but being that we are in that season and that energy is active or more present, we're all susceptible to those things. So just be aware of that, okay? Oh. Okay. Yeah, because we have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, you know, you're going back and forth with yourself about what it is that you want to do, what you can do, and also, you know, knowing that there are decisions to make in regards to these things. So take your time making those decisions, think them through, be honest about how you can and cannot show up, and then move on from there. Alrighty, Gemini. Okay. Yeah, my head is still you all have a lot going on in your heads all the time, and then again, there's nothing wrong with that, but be able to make sure that you can release those things sometimes too, whether it be journaling, whether it be again, being honest with somebody and talking about what's going on with you, what you're feeling, the help you may need, right? And other times it's just you getting stuck in loops in your head, just thinking about a bunch of things. So remember to be here and to not be so caught up in thought and trying to dominate that, right? Trying to control that, because that will lead you down a road of manipulation or just, not being as transparent as you need to be. So, let's see, with my Crystal Medicine Oracle deck, what advice do we have here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding this spread? What advice is there for Gemini? Oh, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. So here we have Divine Masculine. The totem is the sun. Like I said, big Leo energy. We are in Leo season. The crystal is Heliodor, and the number here is 11, and that is a master number, so it doesn't get broken down. You are mastering action, right? You're mastering how to connect with yourself in that way, on the level of being faithful in what it is that you do and the action that you take, right? Divine masculine energy, or active energy, right, is about going forth and doing things. So like I said, you might have been feeling like there were blows to your confidence, there were blows to how you perceive your capabilities and what you are able to do. But now is the time to embody that confidence and that sun energy. Go outside also and ground yourself. Be in the sun, be around people that lift up your spirits, and act through faith, act with intention, and when you aren't sure what to do, wait, right? Sit, think, breathe, and allow that to guide you into what you should do next, right? And then after that, we have soul retrieval. The totem here is the middle world. The crystal is Galena, and the number here is 29. And 29 breaks down to 11. So we have two 11s here. So your thoughts, what you say to yourself, what you speak into yourself, into your endeavors, is very, very important. With soul retrieval, again, that's about you and figuring out what it is that you feel called to, what it is that you're putting your faith and your intention into, and why. How is that filling your spirit? How are you connecting with your spirit in that way, right? You, like I said, you might have been dealing with something that had you feeling like, I don't know about this. I'm kind of uncertain. I don't know if I'm capable enough to do this. I don't know if I have the intelligence. I don't know if I have the skills. I don't know if right? Lots of uncertainty, lots of kind of feeling around for yourself. So soul retrieval, this mastery, right? There's two 11s here. This mastery is about the ways that you talk to yourself, the ways that you think about yourself, the faith and the life that you speak or don't speak into yourself. That is all a part of manifesting, right? 11 is another number about manifesting those things, and it starts here, and it starts in your soul, right? So be aware of the ways that you're speaking to yourself, the faith that you have in yourself. Check that. The intentions, that you are rooted in regards to the actions that you're taking, really sit with yourself and consider those things and think about where it's coming from and why. Okay? Ooh. Yes. Solar plexus, big energy just coming out. Release that, right? Release that fear. Okay. All right, Gemini, it's going to be okay. So let's move on to Sag. Sagittarius. What's going on for you, archers, explorers, adventurers? What is this Aquarius full moon here to illuminate for you? There's a lot on your mind too. You're also a thinker. You know, Gemini is your opposite sign. You are the higher learning and they are the early learning, right? I feel like you all have been really in your heads about things, and it's kind of got you a little maybe anxious, I'll say. Okay. What is this full moon in Aquarius illuminating for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay. And what action can Sag take in regards to what's being shown? Okay. Two cards just flipped up at me. Okay. Let's see. Well, alrighty. The King of Pentacles came out first. Like I said, if you've been anxious or worrying about something, because I feel the pressure in my head, if you have been feeling uncertain and feeling maybe even a little unstable about things, the King of Pentacles here is telling you that you're going to build that thing. It's going to come to fruition, and when it does, you will be able to really do what you want to do. You'll really be able to give to your community. You'll really be able to also secure yourself and solidify yourself in specific ways, and really bring to fruition the things that you're working on, the things that you are passionate about, and what it is that you want to contribute back to the world and to culture, right? Sagittarius are also very, very much like teachers, right? So you want to bestow this knowledge and this wisdom upon others, so that they can solidify and stabilize themselves and be able to build their futures, their families, their whatever it is that they're looking to build, right? You are here to help show and guide people through these things by being an example first, right? Interestingly enough, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here as far as the action that you can take in regards to this. And so again, you might be realizing like the importance of community. You might also realize that certain things that you used to align with, you're not aligning with now. You know, 9 is the energy of independence and being able to stand on the things that you've done for yourself, right? So with 9 of Pentacles in reverse here, I feel like this is just to remind you not to get caught up in what other people are doing, right? Don't take on anybody else's projections or anything that makes you feel like what you've done for yourself isn't enough, and now you're looking at somebody else or looking towards what someone else has done and comparing yourself to that, right? Or wishing you had more, wishing there was something better, because when you're not present, then nothing's ever going to feel, the reality is never going to feel good enough. And you don't want to do that to yourself, right? And we have the Hermit in reverse right after that too, which is another 9. So again, being independent is very important, right? Being able to stand on your own is important, but remembering that things take time, one, right? Because Pentacles, things take time. So if something hasn't been moving as fast as you'd like, that doesn't mean it's not moving at all. And if you've been struggling with, like, just maintaining your presence, if you've been isolating yourself, now's the time to come out of isolation. It's the time to reconnect with people and be more intentional about those things. What did you learn during this moment of isolation or solitude? What are you bringing back to the energy here, right? How are you looking to connect with folks? You might have Virgo placements or Gemini placements too. This is Virgo's card here, Mercurial energy in general, so you might have either of those placements. Which ways are you looking to engage with folks, and being more intentional about that, so you're not necessarily sitting here thinking, oh well, things would be better if, or maybe I'd like this or enjoy this more if I did this, right? You are coming to a place where you are just understanding what is better for you first, what works for you, and being okay with that. And then also having to be okay with letting go of things, letting go of some things that maybe aren't working for you anymore, right? Freeing yourself from that. Yeah, because at the bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So you are seeing things as they are. It's time to lift the veil. It's time to be grounded in the reality here, be present, and make intentional decisions, and be intentional with your actions as well. Okay, Sagittarius? Okay. So, that being said, let's see what advice there is, Sag, regarding this spread. What advice do you have for Sagittarius regarding this spread? Let's see. What advice? Oh, I like that. Ooh. Okay, I'll take those two. So first here we have rebirth. The totem is spring. The crystal is Shiva Lingam. And the number here is 21, which breaks down to 3. So Gemini energy here. But also, taking that time to emerge again, right? Like I said, you are coming out of your solitude or isolation, your self-imposed, just like, withdrawal, right? Now you're coming back out, and you are refreshed. You are reborn in certain ways. Like I said, you're letting go of certain things. You're embracing certain things. You're recognizing what does and what doesn't align with you. And that is going to allow you to reconnect with folks. It's going to allow you to do more in regards to collaboration and creating things. And planting these new seeds for yourself. And then we have sacred healing. The crystal is malachite. The totem is the medicine drum, and the number here is 25, which breaks down to a 7. We had a 7 of cups at the bottom of the deck. So again, understanding how what happens up here, how that translates into the action that you take, how that translates into what comes to you, and how those things affect you as well, right? So recognize the ways in which you need to heal and allow that healing to happen, right? Allow yourself to move through these feelings, allow yourself to release and embrace the things that you need to release and embrace so that you can be where you see yourself. Okie doke, Sag. I know. But, being present is not easy, but it is always worth it. And lastly, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you with this Aquarius full moon. What is being brought to the light for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Ooh, what is this Aquarius full moon illuminating for you, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh. Okay. And then, what action can you take in regards to what's being shown to you? Alrighty. So, excuse me, my nose is itchy. The first card that came out sideways, and I'm going to read it that way because I feel like this is a recurring thing with Virgo and earth signs in general, but specifically Virgo because Virgo rules the 6th house, which is the house of work and service and health, right? So here we have the 10 of Swords, and it came out on its side. The 10 of Swords, when it's upright, so first of all, this full moon is showing you that you are at a turning point for yourself, right? The 10 of Swords upright, this is complete burnout, this is loss, this is grief, this is exhaustion, right? Like, it's not a good feeling. It's when you've literally given your all and you are through. The 10 of Swords in reverse is obviously not that, right? Excuse me. The 10 of Swords in reverse now is you recognizing what your limits are. No, I can't do this. No, I don't have the space for this. No, I cannot help you with this, etc., right? You cannot get work done. You cannot show up in the ways that you would like to show up if you are burning yourself out, if you are in situations that leave you feeling burnt out this way, leave you feeling exhausted, drained, maybe even betrayed. Like if you're in a situation with people, whether it be work or whether it be relationships and friendships, if you are around people that are just draining you, it's time to let it go. It's time to stop giving them that power over you. Okay? So the choice is yours, and it's always yours. But really consider that. Really consider the energy that you are putting into things, And where is that energy going? Who and what is it being exerted upon, and why? And really just be honest with yourself about that, okay? And because we have the Five of Wands right after that. And so, again, because the sun and the moon are going to, are opposing each other, you know, there is ego conflicts that will pop up. And that's what I feel here with the Five of Wands, right? You might be getting into more confrontations. Things might be a little bit more tense with people. And that also sucks out your energy, right? So be aware of when you feel your ego coming through, when you are trying to enforce your will too much on someone else, when you are not being receptive and you're not listening, because sometimes you don't listen, Virgo. So allow yourself to be a little bit more receptive. Allow yourself to recognize where you are exhausting yourself and all the energy that you're putting into things, whether it be small, petty things or a ton of things that are just filling up your plate, right? Be aware of that. People might also try to test you. So again, it's about choosing, is this worth my energy? Am I going to engage with this pettiness? Am I going to allow it to drain me of my energy in this way? The answer is no. Don't let it, okay? Because right at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. And, you know, that's not a good, you don't feel good. You don't feel victorious, right? The Six of Wands is when it's upright, that's an energy of victory, of celebration. You've overcome something. You weathered this, right? This pettiness, these stupid conflicts, that draining of your energy. You weathered that, and now it's time to celebrate. But with it in reverse as the overall energy, it has you feeling low. It has you feeling, defeated, burnt out, right? Be real with yourself, Virgo, about what you can and can't do, about what, where you're putting your energy and why, okay? Because it's for your health. It's for your health. If you've been having stomach issues, if you've been having more anxiety, it's because there's things that you need to let go of. There's things that you need to stop putting so much energy into because it's not worth it, okay? So now let's see what advice there is with my Oracle deck here. Any advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding this spread? Let's see. Any advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding this spread? I actually like what just came out too. Angels and spirit guides. The totem here is the upper world. The crystal is angelite, and the number here is 2. So, this is about faith. This is about tapping into your intuition, giving up your burdens to God, or whatever practice that you, or whatever faith that you practice, right? Asking for help spiritually to help guide you in the proper directions. Ask for signs, ask for messages, tap back into that, okay? If you've taken time away from that, if you've been just so caught up in everything else that you've been neglecting your faith, that you've been neglecting, the practices that help keep you in tune and aligned, get back into those things, because that is what's going to help you feel yourself, right? It's what's going to help you answer these questions of what is worth my energy, why am I putting so much energy into this, or why am I not putting enough energy into this, why am I taking on all of these things, what are my boundaries, blah 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 blah, right? These things that require a little bit more sight besides what's logically there, besides what is physically in front of you, right? This is upper, the meta, right? Physical. Talk to your angels, your spirit guides, God, whatever faith that you practice and follow. Tap back in with yourself in that way. Give your burdens up to God and allow God to guide you. Allow your team to guide you and allow your intuition to guide you into the things that you actually want for yourself. Okay, Virgo? You all got it. You just gotta, you be in your head a lot. You do so much and you say nothing, and that's part of the issue, okay? So be real, speak up, release, do these things for yourself because it's good for your health and it will allow you to keep doing the work that you actually want to do. Okay? Thank you, Mutable Babes, for tuning in. I hope this resonated. If you have more that you want to find out and you would like a personal reading, I am open for those, and I'll leave the information in the description box. If you'd just like to tip, I will also leave that information in the description box. Make sure you like and share with the homies, subscribe, and turn on my notifications so you can be the first to see these videos. And I'll see you all next month.